taking the era. Prince William and Kate Middleton stroll arm in arm on a romantic clifftop walk, with their security, after visit to cattle farm on second day of Royal Charm Offensive Tour of Ireland. Prince William and Kate Middleton enjoyed a romantic clifftop walk in rural Ireland today, accompanied by security, after visiting a cattle farm and meeting young people facing mental health issues and homelessness. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge walked arm in arm against a stunning coastal backdrop on the second day of their official royal tour, visiting Teagasc Animal and Grassland Research Centre in County Meath today. In brilliant winter sunshine, the husband and wife couple went up the trail in the Howth Peninsula, a popular tourist spot east of central Dublin that attracts thousands of visitors every year. They hugged as they posed for a picture, before meeting Irish Environment Minister Richard Bruton, who said, "They remarked on how you couldn't come to Ireland and not see the coastline, so they got their wish. And they saw it in a benign light. Normally there is a wind howling, it's really beautiful today, they couldn't be luckier." Prince William and Kate are in the country to soothe post-Brexit relations between the UK and the Republic of Ireland. The couple got their hands dirty today, viewing a cattle field and laying hedgerows. They spoke to a group of farmers who are using the research in their own practices and met primary school children visiting their farm, joining in a session to learn about the environment, nutrition, and food production. Earlier in the day the couple also joined young people cooking and playing table tennis as they visited Savannah House in County Kildare, a residential facility run by social justice charity Extern. William, 37, and Kate, 38, also went to youth mental health charity Jigsaw in Dublin and spoke of the importance of getting a toolbox to help deal with life's issues as they talked to young people at the drop-in center. The couple met young people supported by Jigsaw and spoke with community campaigners, teachers, parents and coaches about the impact of its work in one-to-one, neighborhood, school and online services. William and Kate, who wore a white rice coat to her first engagement at Jigsaw today, are making their first official visit to Ireland, a 3-day trip which began yesterday and will take them from Dublin to Galway. The Duke is later expected to speak about the troubles and many wrongs of Ireland and the UK's complex shared history at a reception hosted by tennis Simon Cavendish in Dublin. William, who will give the keynote speech, is expected to say, "Growing up I remember seeing the troubles that took place, which affected so many people across the UK and Ireland. This explains why one of the truly profound moments for Catherine and I took place yesterday when we laid a wreath at the Garden of Remembrance. It was a reminder of the complexity of our shared history, and as my grandmother said during her visit in 2011, our islands have experienced more than their fair share of heartache and turbulence. But it was also a reminder of how far we have come. It is right that we continue to remember those who suffered as a consequence of our troubled past. And whilst many wrongs have been done, it is important that we are not bound by these." At the farm, the couple were shown around by Edward O'Riordan, enterprise leader, who explained that the two main aims of the center were to explore more sustainable beef farming and study the molecular biology of the animals, seeing how their DNA affects their behavior. Speaking after their meeting, Mr. O'Riordan described the couple as absolutely charming, so interesting and interested. He said, "They are a lovely couple. Really interested in what was happening, really well informed. We went through the issue of sustainable livestock production, the environment, society and economics, and they were interested in all of that. They showed a great depth of understanding of the subject. Very easy to talk to, very engaging, very related. You couldn't ask for a nicer couple." The Duke told me that he was very interested in hedging and hedge planting. He said that when he was very young his father would take him out laying hedges, but that he had now mastered the art, apparently, too. He says that he appreciates the art of planting hedges and the importance of it to the environment and the need to maintain forestry and wildlife. He added, "The Duchess was just engaging, if not more so. So easy to talk to. Just lovely. If you didn't know they were a royal collie you would just think they were nice young people." Dressed casually, the Duchess in a dewberry jacket and knee-high boots, first viewed a cattle field where there were several sets of young twins, apparently quite unusual for cows, and then the maternity shed. They also had the chance to chat to a group of local farmers. William asked them, "Are young people getting into farming? Does the future look bright?" Looking concerned as the farmer told him, one by one, "No," he said, "the schools, they need to be more proactive in putting the message put about where our food comes from." He also asked, "Do you think people appreciate your role as custodians of the land? The importance of sustainable farming and hedgerows?" Before they left, the couple met a group of schoolchildren from Kiltallen National School who gave them a presentation about food, farming and nutrition. Evelyn Donahue, 12, said afterwards, "They were really interested and the Duchess said a lot about our health had to do with sleeping and getting outdoor and getting fresh air." Asked how it was to meet the couple, she declared, "Splendid." As he left, William said, "We want to do more on rural issues. We care about the countryside." Michael Creed, Minister for Agricultural, Food and Marine, said the Irish government was hugely appreciative of the royal visit, particularly post-Brexit. He said, "Our relationship with the UK at a political level are reflective of the broad ties that bind us. We have had the Queen visit, Prince Charles and Camilla, so this is a continuation of the friendship. I think it's really important still, perhaps more important, because of the changes. It's our long-term mission to have a very close relationship with the UK, including a trading relationship. 90% of Ireland's beef is exported, and of that around half goes to the UK." Mr. Creed continued, "It is our biggest market, so we want as close a trading relationship as possible. We are obviously remaining in the European Union and we are hopefully that we can get that outcome in the context of the trading relationship. There has been some saber rattling, but the bottom line is that is to be expected in the context of this relationship, but we are very hopeful." He said that William and Kate's visit was seen as an attempt to say that despite what has happened, we are still your neighbors and still your friends. We may have gone our separate ways in our previously shared membership of the European Union, but I think we can forge a new economic and political dispensation that is reflective of those broad family ties that have been there for many, many years. Geographically we are each other's closest neighbor, he said. The UK will always be our closest neighbor, our closest trading partner, and we are anxious to maintain that. They, William and Kate, are very, very welcome here. They bring a symbolic message as well to the island of Ireland. It's power, it's a symbolism, this is an island we can share. Also today, the Duke and Duchess went on a shopping trip to a village convenience store today to help teach vulnerable children how to buy food on a tight budget. William and Kate got stuck into helping two 13-year-old children, Simon and Molly, buy ingredients for a vegetable soup. Their trip to the Londa's store in the sleepy village of Prosperous in County Kildare was supposed to be a secret, but by the time they got there around 200 villagers had gathered outside to see them. Philip Steins, owner of the Londa's store, later admitted he had told a few customers about their royal visit on Tuesday night, and word soon spread around the village like wildfire. It just snowballed from there, he said. But even if we hadn't told them, there would have been a big crowd. People live out on the streets here. Police came to see him last Friday to ask if some famous people could come to the store. They only told him who it was after he had said yes. I came home and told my wife and she said, "Sure, will you go away and stop annoying me?" She didn't believe me, he recalled. We spruced up the shop. Even then we didn't tell anybody. It was all top secret, but then last night we thought, when will there be another day like this in Prosperous? And we started telling a few people. There's never been anything as big as this. The nearest thing would be a big lottery winner. Lots of people do come to Prosperous to buy a lottery ticket because of the name, but we haven't had a big winner. Mr. Steins, 54, who has owned the shop for 17 years, said the royal couple were relaxed and easy to talk to. There were no airs and graces about them, he said. They shook hands with people for a good 20 minutes outside. William and Kate returned with a bag of provisions including brown bread, butter, and leeks, and then set about making soup with children at Savannah House, a family respite centre run by the social justice charity Extern in Clane, County Kildare, 25 miles west of Dublin. Each year around 300 children from all over Ireland stay at the centre for a maximum of 3 nights at a time to have a break from problems at home or while they are in care. The royal couple asked to visit the charity after going to another of its projects across the border in Roscoe, County Fermanagh, Northern Ireland, in February last year when they took part in a canoe race on Lough Em. Irish officials said the couple wanted to showcase its cross-border work as part of the peace process. The second in line to the throne and his wife went shopping with the children today after inspecting the fridge with them and checking the ingredients of the soup, all designed to teach the young people life skills. "There's only one leek. Do we have to stick to the menu?" William asked before telling others in the kitchen, "We're going to shop for you. We'll be back in a minute. We'll bring back all the wrong ingredients." Back in the kitchen after 15 minutes the couple washed their hands carefully and donned aprons before helping Simon and Molly and 2 other children, Owen, 13, and Chloe, 15, prepare the meal for around 16 people. They asked the children whether they cooked at home and what food they liked. "Do you cook any vaguely healthy things?" Kate asked hopefully as they washed and peeled carrots. They discussed pasta and other dishes, but if some of them were fussy eaters, it appeared they were not alone. William asked the boys if they liked pancakes as Shrove Tuesday has just been and gone. "I tried to get my children to eat pancakes but they weren't so interested this year. Maybe next year," he said. Upstairs in a recreation room there was a further insight into the couple's life at home with their children, Prince George, 6, Princess Charlotte, 4, and Prince Louis, who will be 2 next month, and their Cocker Spaniel, Lupo. They joined in a game of table tennis with young people who use the center. "We try to do this at home but our dog keeps catching the ping-pong balls," the Duchess said. Before they left they sat down with another group of children to help them decorate bunting with their own personal messages on what they like about Savannah House. The exercise is designed to make them take ownership of the center and help them feel at home on their return visits, often for family therapy. Extern supports more than 20,000 people per year, including 3,500 children in Ireland and 6,500 in Northern Ireland, affected by issues such as homelessness, drug and alcohol abuse, offending, and mental health problems. Charlie Mack, chief executive of Extern, said, "The children we support are truly inspirational, and Extern is committed to providing them with the opportunity to discover strengths and abilities they never knew they had." It was wonderful to once again witness the enthusiasm and ladki their Royal Highnesses have for encouraging and empowering children. "I know this day will live long in the memory of the young people and staff who were here at Savannah House today." At the Jigsaw Center today, William and Kate chatted to 3 service users who had been helped by the charity. Lauren Russell, 21, said, "I spoke to them about how I was able to build a toolbox of how to deal with issues I was facing. They were very interested in that. It effectively gives you a way to manage life's stresses and be able to cope with your problems. I struggled with keeping a secret about my mental health problems and thinking people would treat me differently." Both of them stressed that breaking the stigma surrounding mental health was so important. Ella Barton, 19, said, "They were amazing. So down to earth and really connected with what we were saying and the issues young people face. What was amazing about the visit is that they were on the same page of many of the issues I have struggled with. I explained that the school system had failed me and they agreed that more needed to be done in schools to help young people before they reach the stage when they need to seek help, particularly bullying and other school stresses. They agreed that school principals need to step up and do more. And to have people with such power saying that I think will make such a difference." Ricky Jinks, 24, said, "They were very interested in the timeline of mental health and if something could be done to prevent me having to seek help with Jigsaw." Connor Boxberger, clinical manager of Jigsaw, said, "To have 2 global figures come off the street to visit us is so important, especially when encouraging young people to do the same, to walk in and share their problems." Police allowed small security-checked crowd inside the barriers. When the couple arrived they waved as they cheered. On each occasion the couple waved but did not over to talk to them.